Hello, my friend.
Hey, Helder, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good, good.
I told you, where's Patrick? I can't find him. Where is he? What's happening?
Hiding. No, just kidding.
Hiding. It's your first live?
It's my first live ever.
Really?
So Juliana had to teach me what to do and where to go, and
No, perfect.
so I thought I had it
it's
done.
It's going to be the first
yeah.
of many of them, for sure. Your connection, I don't know what's going on. It's making like a circle going around like this. Do you see me?
I can see you, yeah, but you're also doing a circle.
Really?
Yeah, but I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, I can hear you, but the connection's not doing well. I don't know what's going on here.
Let me see.
I don't know if it's here or if it's there.
Hold on. Let me try to go somewhere else. Let's see if it...
Okay.
1 second.
Maybe if I close and open again, I will invite you again, okay? All right. Probleminhas técnicos, já voltamos. Acho que é a conexão dele lá, Ju. Porque aqui aparentemente está tudo em ordem. Todos estão me vendo e ouvindo bem? Dá um ok para mim. Todos me veem e ouvem bem? Sim? Então deve ser alguma coisa lá. Ju, corre lá, Ju! Yes, perfect. Muito bem. Povo lindo, Oi, Isa! A gente vai conversando, tá? Vou conversando com ele, mas eu vou pausando um pouquinho, explicando. Eu não vou ficar fazendo uma tradução simultânea, porque eu acho chato. Mas eu vou fazendo um resumo do que a gente está conversando e aí depois a gente, para vocês, e aí o pessoal que não entendeu alguma coisa ou que perdeu alguma coisa, para vocês terem uma ideia geral do que a gente está falando. Hi, Isa. How are you? Temos uma outra English teacher na sala, a Lê Castan. Very good English. Very good student. Claro. Eu não estou achando ele aqui. Ele está aqui. Vamos lá. Vamos lá de novo. Vamos tentar mais uma vez. Vamos ver. Você é linda, Lê. Cadê o Patrick? Patrick, where are you? Patrick, what's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Mentira que o Fê Delamane está aqui, garotinho. Outro English teacher. Que isso? Yes, you were, but I don't know what's going on, Patrick. Let's try again. Let's try again. Connecting.
How about now?
Hello! Finally!
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, good. Finally, we
And
made
I can
it.
see you. Oh, this circle again. No, it's good.
Sir,
No, it's good.
I was like,
Now it's good.
I see you moving. I don't see a circle. It should be good.
It's good now?
Yes, it's good.
Perfect. So, as we were saying, first live of Patrick.
Yay!
First of many. So, how are
Yes.
you, man? How are you, my friend? How is San Diego? How is your family?
Yeah, everyone is safe. Thank you for asking. It's obviously it's been a tough time. I think for everyone. I think kind of depending on the country where you've been. I think some countries had it earlier. Some countries have it a little later. Like I think Brazil is kind of on the later end. Europe kind of had it obviously China, then Europe, and then the US obviously had it a bit later. But then again, like at least in the US, it's a huge difference. Let's say if you compare New York City to like California. Fortunately, in San Diego, the numbers still have been relatively low compared to other parts of the US. So yeah, I'm fortunate that my family is doing well. My family in Europe is doing well. So yeah, we're all safe, and I hope it's the same for you. Obviously, we've been talking.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. Só para dar
but
uma
it's a struggle.
geralzão. Alright, perfect. Só para dar uma geralzão no que o Patrick falou, apesar dos Estados Unidos estar com muitos casos igualzinho o Brasil, Califórnia em especial é um lugar que não está com muitos casos, está muito controlado, então tá tranquilo. Inclusive a família dele tá bem, estão todos bem, o pessoal que tá ao redor lá estão todos. Can you understand Portuguese?
Yeah, about a good half of what you're saying. So,
Oh,
yes.
so we could speak in Portuguese.
I won't answer in Portuguese. Não fala português.
Perfect, sounds good. Perfect Portuguese.
Every question you're going to answer, we're going to say no fala português. So.
Oh yeah, sounds good. That's the beginning.
Yes, that's the start.
All right. So man, here we are good as well. But for example, the stores they were supposed to be open now. They open for like one week, and then everything is shut down again.
Okay.
Because many cases again, and people are crazy. They went to the street all together, so now they have to shut down everything again.
I think that's kind of the worst, if you open and then you have to close it again. So I think people just have to be patient. Like people always are asking us, hey, when are you going to reopen? But you just have to be patient. It's like if you rush it, it's going to get worse.
Yeah,
so
like what happened here. We were in a rush to go to the street and, but now everything is back. So here, I don't know, in US you have numbers, the phase 1, 2, 3 is like this. Here we have colors. We are supposed to be in orange, now we are in red again.
Okay.
So, unfortunately.
So we just entered phase 3 out of 4. So it's kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. So the schools, like our school was in phase 3. So we're kind of the early stage of phase 3. Phase 4 is kind of like nightclubs with lots of people, like big conventions, events, where you have like, I don't want to say hundreds of thousands, but like tens of thousands of people in like a small, like if you go to a stadium or something. So obviously that's all not happening, but like, so we're in early stage 3, and so far it's, fortunately for what we've done so far, the numbers are still pretty consistent. They don't go up. Yes, we've done more testing, so obviously that plays a different role. But like so far, the numbers.
When do you expect to open your school?
So we're gonna open the Pacific Beach campus on Monday.
Perfect. So Monday.
This Monday, yes. We still have about 25 students left.
That's good.
So it's obviously not a big school, but like, so what we did, we kind of combined the school. The schools in Los Angeles and Santa Monica, downtown, and Pacific Beach, to actually have a school. We still have some students joining online.
Perfect.
But we talked to California Health Department. We got the okay from them to kind of reopen the school. We have a plan in place. We talked to the health department in San Diego to kind of know the rules. We've done kind of our own research, what companies should be doing to kind of prevent, obviously, to do our part, to be safe. It's a new challenge, but I think we're pretty much prepared for Monday when we're going to reopen, and then some students are very excited, some students are a little like cautious. Yeah. Obviously now we need the travel ban to be lifted eventually, you know.
For sure. Yeah. Pessoal, só para dar uma geralzão, ele está falando um pouquinho sobre as escolas, sobre as medidas de segurança que tem que tomar no retorno. Ele vai falar um pouquinho das escolas em especial, mas ele tem uma escola em PB, que é uma praia maravilhosa de San Diego, Pacific Beach, e ele vai retomar as atividades agora na segunda-feira. Lembrando que, diferente do Brasil, que a gente separou os níveis, né, de contágio por cor, né, codificado por cor, lá é por números, são 4 estágios, e eles já estão no 3º, quer dizer, né, então a escola de idiomas, por exemplo, a escola já pode reabrir. Que bom. Good news, man, good news.
Yes.
Talking about school, when did you decide to open CEL, and why in San Diego? Then you had other options in US maybe, but why in San Diego? Why did you choose there?
I think the beauty of San Diego is obviously one is the weather, the climate. You know, it's like all year round. It's kind of spring, summer-like, not a lot of rain. You can go to the beach, you know, every day of the year pretty much. Has to offer a lot, but a lot more than just beaches. You know, so you can go to the mountains, you can go hiking. You know, Vegas is pretty close. LA is close. You can go to Mexico. So there's a lot of like different options that you can do to enjoy California. It's a safe city.
Perfect.
And the schools, you know, like when back in 2013, when I started in San Diego, we didn't have a lot of like students from Brazil. We didn't have a lot of students from like Asia. So it was mostly like Europeans and Middle Easterns. So there was a lot of potential for the school to grow. So that's also one of the reasons why we said, hey, this is a good fit, small classes, good atmosphere, personal atmosphere for the students, but still a lot of potential for the school to grow.
Perfect. Eu perguntei para ele por que San Diego, né? Por que ele decidiu comprar uma escola em San Diego? O Patrick vai falar um pouquinho sobre ele, sobre a vida dele, sobre a vida acadêmica, como que ele começou as escolas. Acho que eu não comentei no início, mas ele é alemão, e com esse inglês perfeito, perfect English, né? E então ele fala basicamente que ele começou a escola em San Diego, ele optou por San Diego basicamente por conta do clima, que é maravilhoso. Quem não foi para lá, super indico, que é um clima maravilhoso, tem as praias maravilhosas de lá, chove pouco, então assim, tem muitas atividades. Los Angeles é próximo de lá, sem falar nos parques da Disney que tem em Los Angeles. Então assim, complementando o que ele falou, mas, né, mas é basicamente, e porque tinham poucos brasileiros e tinha mais europeus, né, que vinham para lá. Então assim, ele viu que era um potencial muito grande para desenvolver a escola lá e a escola crescer do modo geral. Perfect, man. Good choice. Good choice.
One more part maybe about the people. It's people on the West Coast, like maybe one more reason why we chose San Diego is the people are very outgoing. You know, they're very friendly. They like to talk to, like, you know, to tourists, international students.
I always tell this to everyone.
You know, the people are super nice, so it's easy to practice your English, to make friends. You know, so it's different compared to the East Coast. If you go to like New York City, if you go to Boston, if you go to Philadelphia, the people are different. You know, the West Coast, especially again in Southern California, they're very open, and so that's a big difference as well.
Uma outra diferença que ele acabou de destacar aqui, gente, por que San Diego? Né? Porque as pessoas realmente é um povo diferenciado, é um americano diferenciado. Ele é muito amigável, ele é muito solícito, né? Então é um povo muito bacana, muito receptivo, eles ajudam as pessoas quando você precisa, enfim. Dos motivos que levou a ele fazer essa opção por San Diego foi justamente também o povo de lá, que eu concordo. I agree with you. Totally. And you start your experience with language schools in Europe, right? You had some schools there.
Yes, so we actually had some schools for Spanish in Latin America, but we also had some English schools in Malta in Europe. So and then we also send people abroad within Europe to the UK, to Ireland, and that's kind of how it started when I with the school in first the Spanish schools in Ecuador, then the English school in Malta. Obviously, the US is a different destination. It's bigger in Asia. Europeans love California because of the weather. It's a good flight connection to LA. It's like a 10-hour flight. It's not bad at all. So yeah, it's a little different.
Sorry.
No, I don't have any more schools in Europe. It's California. It's the 3 locations that we have. So we have 2 in San Diego, the one in downtown, where you and your group, always go for the summer. Then the one in Pacific Beach, that's right on the beach in San Diego, more of like the university area, but a little younger, like laid back part of San Diego. And then we have the one in Santa Monica, in Los Angeles.
Eu perguntei para o Patrick, falando um pouquinho da experiência com escolas. Ele começou na Europa, né? E ele tinha escolas na América Latina para ensino de espanhol. Também chegou a ter uma unidade em Malta, né? E ele, basicamente, a sede, as escolas que ele tinha eram na Europa. E aí depois que ele migrou para os Estados Unidos, e hoje ele tem a unidade em PB, que é Pacific Beach, em San Diego. Ele tem uma em Downtown, que é onde eu levo os grupos, que eu gosto muito, que é uma super bem localizada. E tem uma em Santa Mônica também. Very nice, man. Very nice. Talking about your 3 schools,
Yes.
can you tell me some difference between them? Like, for example, downtown is close to the shops or anything like this. PB, you can go to the beach. Santa Monica, when you want some place that is calmer or something like this. What are the main differences between these schools?
So the difference, I would say, between the location of the school, the programs that we offer is very similar. The difference is a bit obviously the location. So if you prefer, let's say, a bigger city with more, let's say, touristic spots like the celebrities, obviously Los Angeles, Santa Monica is a bigger city. There's more. There's Beverly Hills, there's Disneyland, there's Universal Studios. There's Santa Monica, the pier, there's Venice Beach. There's so many things. UCLA University, so that's a lot of like international attractions that everybody knows of. It's a little.
So if you want a larger place to go, you would go to Santa Monica. That's close to LA, right?
Exactly. Yes. It's a little busier. Bigger city, more people. LA has, depending on where you put the border, 12, 15, 18 million people. More traffic, more people, more excitement, more everything. San Diego is a bit more laid back, so it's not as big. Has about 2 million people live in San Diego, 2.2 million people. And then if we compare the 2 schools in San Diego, the one in downtown is kind of it's in the city center, so you have stores nearby, you have a lot of companies in downtown, you have the harbor, the convention center, good nightlife in downtown, so it's kind of a central city downtown location. The average age in downtown is about 40 years in terms of people who live there, so it's a bit more expensive to live in downtown. Again, good nightlife, good food, lots of companies. But once you get to like Pacific Beach or PB, it's kind of a smaller version of Santa Monica. What I mean by that is you don't have the celebrities, but you have the laid back atmosphere. The school is less than a 5-minute walk away from the beach. So we have people who go to the school, they surf in the morning, then they go to school, they surf after school. It's very laid back. You can go running, you can play volleyball, you can play soccer on the beach. In PB, everything is kind of t-shirt, flip-flops, tank top, whatever it might be.
You are on the beach, relaxed.
Right? You're on the beach, exactly. And it's, again, 24/7, 365 days of the year. It's like you can go to the beach every single day if you want to, except for the 5-6 days of rain that we have per year. But other than that, you can always go to the beach, and people live that beach vibe. Again, they wear flip-flops, shorts, they go to school, they go to work, and in downtown it's a bit more formal. You have more, the beauty about downtown, you're close to Balboa Park, you're close to the zoo, you're close to the convention center, you have lots of buses running into downtown, you're close to Old Town, So it depends a bit on the age that you're in. I think for juniors, for like teenagers, I think coming to San Diego is a very good choice. Because you can still do a weekend trip or a day trip to LA. You can still go to Disney, Universal, or spend a full weekend in LA to kind of see everything that you want to see. But on top, you have you go back to San Diego, you have it's easier to take the bus to get to the school.
Yeah, that's
it's
why
smaller. It's
easier.
I think for teenagers, San Diego is the better option. Especially for the younger ones. If you're like 14, 15, I think San Diego is the better choice, because it's a little calmer, it's a little easier. In downtown you can walk everywhere. You don't need to take the bus. Obviously if you go to the beach you have to take the bus, but the bus routes are pretty easy. In LA everything is bigger, and bigger doesn't always make it better. I think once you're 18, 19, 20 and you love the excitement, you love music, you love going out, Santa Monica is a blast. You can have so much fun. You can go everywhere. But I think it's a bit more for the mature student compared to San Diego. And then again, if you're older and you don't want the celebrities, all the buzz about LA and Venice and Santa Monica, we have a lot of people who like San Diego who go up for the weekend to LA, and that's it. They say, look, I've been there once, I've been there twice. Because if you come for 3-4 weeks, or like if you're a bit older, the average duration now of school is about 10 weeks.
Yeah.
You can easily spend a weekend or two in LA. So it's a preference. It's hard to say one school is better than the other, but it's a preference
totally
of what you prefer.
The environment is different. Everything is different.
Right.
Pessoal, no começo eu perguntei para
I mean, look
ele.
at you. You've seen all the three schools.
Yeah, I have seen. And I can
I'm sure you have your
like
favorite,
all right. Eu perguntei para ele um pouquinho sobre... Ele tem 3 escolas, como eu falei para vocês no início. Ele tem em San Diego, downtown, né, no centro da cidade. Ele tem uma em PB, no Pacific Beach, na praia. E tem uma em Santa Mônica, bem pertinho aí de Los Angeles. E eu perguntei um pouquinho para ele dar uma diferença, basicamente. Olha, ele estudou na CL de Santa Mônica. Muito legal lá, boa escolha. Então, ele falou um pouquinho das peculiaridades de cada escola. Por exemplo, a de downtown, de San Diego, em downtown, o que é legal de lá? É que você tem fácil acesso a tudo, né? Você pega um ônibus ali, você vai para um lugar, vai para outro. É um pouco mais formal, porque é o centro, então as pessoas também vão para trabalhar e tudo mais. Mas é o mais procurado, sem dúvida, para adolescentes, 14, 15, 16 anos, é o destino mais procurado, né? Mas também tem as facilidades, que eu falei para vocês, de viagem para lá, para cá, vai para os shoppings, tem o centro de convenções que ele mencionou lá. Por sinal, quando a gente está lá, a gente pega a Comic Con, que acontece lá nesse centro de convenções, que é o walking distance da escola, então é muito legal. A Mana Gamini está falando que adorou. She loved Santa Monica School. Yeah. Então, já Los Angeles é o pessoal mais velho, né? Que quer aquele glamour de encontrar um famoso pela rua, porque você está lá pertinho de Los Angeles. Então você tem a vida noturna. Então, o pessoal mais velho, né? Lembrando que lá em Santa Mônica você está pertinho de Los Angeles, aí você tem acesso a Disney. Mas que nada impede, quando eu levo o pessoal que a gente fica no centro, né, de San Diego, a gente faz essa viagem no final de semana, ou bate e volta para Los Angeles, que é bem pertinho, tá? E, resumindo também, da praia, né, do Pacific Beach, o legal de lá é a atmosfera da praia, que o pessoal anda de chinelo, e bermuda, e camiseta, então, enfim... É um ambiente de praia, né? É diferente. Então, cada uma tem sua peculiaridade. E ele mesmo falou que é difícil escolher, porque, assim, é questão de preferência, né? Aquela que você se enquadra mais, que você tem mais aptidão. Se você quer uma coisa mais, né, glamurosa, tal, você vai lá para Santa Mônica, que está lá perto de Los Angeles. Se você quer uma coisa mais intimista ali, tal, você fica ali no centro, que é a que eu prefiro. Eu sempre levo para downtown, né? San Diego downtown. Ou se você quer uma coisa mais praia, que a escola é pertinho, walking distance também da praia. Então é muito legal. Okay, perfect, man, perfect. Look, you are all talking about students, talking about children. How are your kids? Are they good?
Yeah, they're good. I mean, it's the little one. She's 7 months, so obviously she does know what's going on.
7 months.
You know, the older one, he's 3.5. Obviously, he kind of knows what's going on. He's like, Dad, you have to destroy the virus. You have to take a hammer and make it go away. You know,
Oh,
so he kind of
really?
knows what's going on
Like
because
a super Patrick.
he's like, you know, yeah. I was like, I wish I could. You know, I would do it right away. But so he can't see his friends. Daycare is closed. You know, obviously for him it's a little challenging. Like his routine is kind of gone, and he gets it, but somehow gets it. So he's like, so we got to go somewhere else, and I can't see the virus. Where is it? You know, so it's a little difficult for him. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
safe. They're healthy,
It's
and that's
three
kind
and
of
a half
you know
and
it,
7 months.
three and a
Yes?
half. Yeah. Yes.
Eu perguntei pro Petro sobre os filhos, porque ele tem 2 filhinhos. Two boys,
One boy, one girl.
one boy, one girl. The girl is the youngest one, right? Or
Yes,
the opposite?
correct.
Yes. Alright.
No,
Ele tem
the
dois
boy is
filhinhos.
older than the
Dois...
girl. Yes.
Alright. Tem um menino, né, de 3 anos e meio, e tem uma menininha de 7 meses. E o menininho até falou que é engraçado, né, porque ele quer que o Patrick ache o vírus do corona e destrói, né? Tipo Super Patrick. Very good. Tell me something like a father. You know, for example, if you had a teenager, right? And if you lived in
Right.
Brazil, where would you send your kid to? For example, if you could pick one school, Santa Monica, San Diego downtown, or PB, where would you send your kid to and why?
I would send my kid to San Diego downtown. And so I think again, kind of going back to what I said before, it's San Diego is it's a good sized city. It's very safe. It's very easy to get from one place to the other. We have the international summer camp there, so we have lots of students from international, you know, from overseas. The beauty is you don't just hang out with people from Brazil. You have to speak to them in English. You know, your classmate, maybe you have a friend at your homestay who's from a different country. It could be Spain, could be France, could be Italy, could be Japan, could be Korea, could be Germany, could be, you know, anywhere. I think the nice
It's a
part,
melting pot,
so
right?
it is, and I think the beauty for the kids is kind of like it's not just about learning English. You know, it's the whole experience. It's like, hey, I'm gonna be away from my parents. Hey, I kind of have to grow up. Yes, you know, I'm gonna meet friends from
Do
around
you
the
know
world.
who I remember of? Do you remember Velma?
Who? Of course.
Oh,
Yes.
she's so cute. I just remember when we were supposed to leave and she started to cry.
Right.
Oh my God. She's amazing.
She actually
She's like
went. She actually
11,
went to
12.
Brazil after that.
Really?
She looked like 11, but she was 13. Yes. She went to Brazil with her parents, and I think she even met one of her, you know, her friends that she met at CEL in Brazil.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes. So that's the nice part. You know, it's yes, you're gonna improve your English, but it's a lot more than that. You know, you make friends from. I mean, you know, if you're open, you make friends from other countries. You get to know new cultures. You get to know how people are. And obviously, I'm fortunate enough to travel quite a bit for work. You know, so I go to Brazil. I go to Asia. I go to, you know, all over Europe. I go to, you know, Mexico. I go to Colombia, Japan, Korea, Russia, Europe, and people are so different. You know, everything is different. Life is so different. California is different from Germany. Sao Paulo is different from, like, you know, from Seoul,
Totally.
Tokyo. So, and I think it's just a joy, or it's just, you know, a blessing kind of to meet people from different countries, because you reflect, you know, even at a young age. Like when I was a teenager, I went to the US for a high school exchange. And even though the US and Germany are kind of similar in terms of culture, they're still pretty different, you know. So like, and then if you factor in Brazil, Middle East, Japan, Korea, everything is kind of different. I think making friends, seeing a life that's different from being with your parents, you know, like, hey, food is different, you know, they don't have, I don't know, those cheese breads that you Brazilians love. You know, it's like they don't have them in the US, or they're harder to get, or
Yeah.
you know, they don't eat a hot lunch, or you know, it's my parents are not there, I have to do my laundry or whatever it might be, you know. So I think it's just, it helps you to grow up, to be away from your parents, to you know, to gain experience, to see, hey, there's a life that's different from the life in the US. So sometimes we have students who come and say, oh yeah, but it's different from Brazil, it's different from Germany, it's different from Seoul. I was like, yeah, but that's the reason why you came, or that's the reason why you're here, because you want to see a life, you want to see a lifestyle, the way of teaching that's different from your country. So you know, so you explore, you get to know, like, hey, it's not all the same, it's different, culture is different, I have to respect different cultures. So I think that's kind of that's one of the beauties, you know, of going overseas, because again, it's a melting pot of different cultures, and it helps you, you know, to grow up, to be, you know, more open-minded, to see, hey, there's a different world out there, there's different cultures, there's different ways of thinking, even as a teenager. So I think it helps you tremendously for, you know, for growing up, for making a decision how to, you know, how to make your life, how to spend your life, what you want to do, and so on.
Perfect point, Matt. That's I'm telling you, when I'm selling the program to go to San Diego, those are the main points that I tell parents. For example, if you want to send your kid to exchange program, and you say, look, in 3 months, she or she is going to be with perfect English. I say, no, don't send your kid there. That's not the only reason, you know. It's bigger than this. It's much bigger than this. You know, the experience itself, and not only the language, but as you told, the culture, food, and the experience to get a bus on their own or get the trolley. You know, the experience itself, it's bigger than just the language. That's what I tell the kids. Pessoal,
language is a tiny portion.
Sorry?
Language is a tiny portion of the whole program, you know?
Perfect. It's just one thing. It's a plus, right? The language is a plus.
Exactly.
Eu perguntei pro Patrick no começo se ele como pai, né, quando eu falei para vocês que ele tem os filhos pequenos ainda, mas se ele tivesse um filho ou uma filha adolescente, para onde ele mandaria o filho ou a filha dele? Ele falou que justamente para onde eu levo o meu grupo, né? Ele mandaria para San Diego Downtown. Justamente, até eu comentei, até é legal o pessoal aí que está aprendendo inglês aprender essa expressão. Melting pot. Melting pot é quando há uma miscelânea cultural. É justamente assim que ele define a escola de San Diego Downtown, onde eu levo os alunos. Porque ele recebe muitos alunos de várias culturas, principalmente europeus, tá? Então, assim, é você ter essa interação com as pessoas de fora, diferente da sua cultura. Então, como ele falou, ele destacou no programa, eu sempre falo para os pais que querem mandar o filho fazer programa, mandar a filha fazer um programa, isso é uma coisa que eu destaco. Eu sempre falo, olha, se você pensa em mandar teu filho e ele vai voltar com inglês super fluente, esquece. Até melhor inglês, obviamente, mas isso não é o principal. Como o Patrick destacou, é a questão da cultura, a questão do alimento, a questão da diferença cultural mesmo. E uma das coisas principais também é o ir e vir, né? Porque o aluno ele tem que pegar ônibus, ele tem que pegar perto da escola, passa um trolley. É How would you define a trolley? It's like a subway. It's not a subway, it's like a train, electric train.
Yeah, it's like an electric subway train. I mean, it doesn't go underground, so it's not really a subway, but it's pretty, you know, it's pretty much a subway. But it's like, again, there you meet people that you've never met. You see how people, you know, it's like, I remember my first time in Brazil, you know, so then you're like, wow, I've never seen, you know, it's different. People react differently. People are helpful, or, you know, it's just different. You know, it's just, you just adopt to a different lifestyle. So that's kind of, you know, the key about it. You know, it's more than just grammar. It's more than just speaking. It's understanding the culture, how to behave, what to do, and everything, you know.
Perfect. It's very rich, huh? It's a very rich culture, and besides the language, very good. Man, talking about the course, what kind of course, for example, if I'm a beginner, can I take part of an exchange program, or I'm supposed to get like a higher level, like intermediate or even advanced? What can you tell people?
No, so it's, we offer all the levels. We offer from the very basic all the way up to the high advanced, you know, so it's not like you can only take it if you have an intermediate level or if you have the advanced level. It's totally up to you. So we offer all the levels. So on the first day you do a placement test, and then based on the placement test, you'll be placed to a specific level. We offer for the let's say for the summer camp, we offer 2 types of programs. So we offer a general English program, again, available for all the levels. So on day 1, again, you're tested depending on the level. You go, again, as you said, like to the basic, intermediate, or advanced. And then within the intermediate, obviously, we have more than one level. We have multiple intermediate levels, multiple advanced levels, multiple basic levels. But what we also have for the juniors, we have a program called Future Global Leaders. It's geared towards, so what it does kind of, it's a project-based learning. So you're still gonna use English. You're still gonna be talking in English the whole time, but it's less like, hey, let's open the book on page 48, or let's speak. Let's do a bit more grammar. You know, it's more like you use your English in a day-to-day situation. So what you do is it's geared towards the higher levels. So you have to have a level of upper intermediate or higher. And then let's say it's a 3-week program. So what you do, let's say you form a company. So let's say you form a company, you define what company structure you want to have. You give the company a name. You come up with a marketing plan. You come up with a pitch. You invent a product. You do like I'm sure you have something similar to like Shark Tank in Brazil.
Yeah, we do.
So it's, where at the end you have to do a pitch with, you get like allocated to a team. So let's say if you're from Brazil, you team up with someone from Korea and with someone, let's say, from Switzerland, and then you have 3 people. Then you have 3 people in the team, and then again you have to create a company. You have to do a sales pitch. You have to do, you write a business plan. So it's a bit more like business English focused, but it's also like, again, marketing, sales pitch, design, corporate design, sales structure, company structure. So it's a different, again, you use your English a bit more in a business environment, and then we talk about like culture, how you decide within a team, what you have to bear in mind, because everybody has different cultures in the team. What's the culture like, let's say, in Brazil? What's the culture like in Europe or in different parts of Europe? How is it in Japan? In Japan, it's a lot more formal. What's the typical business meeting setup, in Japan? What's the culture like? How is it in Germany? So you can kind of compare the different cultures. So it's a very fun program. We launched it in January this year for the first time, or for the second time, I should say, and people loved it. And then obviously we had the date scheduled for this July, but unfortunately it's not going to happen this July, because there's, yes, we have some students, but there's
2021, I will be there with my kids.
Awesome. We look forward to having you. Obviously quite some, I don't know if you remember Adriana from Italy, the group.
For sure.
She's always there. So, she said she's going to be back in 2021. And she's excited about the new program. So it's a different program. It's, again, more for the higher level students, but I think it's going to help you.
It's very complete. I love it. It's very good program. So again, you have the general one and the other
and
global,
the future
right?
global leaders. Yes, future global leaders.
Yes. Gente, eu perguntei para o Patrick sobre os programas. Por exemplo, se eu não tenho um nível tão avançado de inglês, eu posso ingressar num programa na escola? Pode, porque no primeiro dia, como eu já comentei com vocês em outras lives, com a Ju, inclusive, você, chegando na escola, no primeiro dia, você já faz um placement test, que a gente chama, um teste de colocação, que vai encaixar você de acordo com o nível de inglês que você tem lá. Então, sempre vai ter um programa, uma turma para te encaixar. Então, independe do teu nível de inglês. Agora, esse específico, again, what's the name? Global?
Future Global Leaders.
Future Global Leaders.
Future
esse programa,
Global Leaders, yes.
Perfect. esse programa em especial, justamente, ele até montou para alguns alunos que eu levo, que tem um nível de inglês muito bom. É intermediate? Or
upper intermediate and higher.
Upper
Yes.
intermediate.
No, upper
Perfect.
intermediate, upper intermediate and higher.
Perfeito. Então, esse programa em especial, que é um líder global, ele é um programa diferenciado que você tem que ter um nível pós-intermediário, né, para você conseguir acompanhar o programa, que monta projetos, empresas, tem o que a gente tem aqui no programa do Justo, né, Shark Tank, né, então assim, é um programa super completo, é tipo com projetos, é muito bacana, é um programa muito enriquecedor, que preza principalmente para a cultura e desenvolver projetos, como eu falei para vocês, então assim, é um programa muito rico, inclusive ele deu opção, pessoal que está assistindo aí, que eu já vi que entrou na live, que vai comigo para San Diego em 2021, eles têm essa opção de fazer. Então, assim, quando você ingressa nesse programa de férias de 3 semanas, você pode optar, né? Ou você faz um programa de inglês geral, né? O convencional, ou você ingressa nesse programa do Global Leader aí, que é muito legal, muito completo. Na hora que ele apresentou o projeto para mim, eu falei, meu, que incrível, incrível. E tinha certeza que muita gente ia querer entrar. A Letícia Castan, a Lê, que já fez intercâmbio comigo, perguntou, o Patrick já respondeu para ela. Ela perguntou se tem curso para professor. Tem, Lê. Bora fazer lá em San Diego. Bora fazer. Muito bem. Anything else about the courses, Patrick? And any details or anything you can tell us?
I think the key for our courses is that we always try to have the teacher talk as little as possible. So about 75% of the time is done by the students. You know, so we encourage the students to speak, to act, to read. You know, and the teacher only kind of sets the guide for the class, but it's not like. And I know in some countries, not in Brazil, but I know some countries in Asia where it's typically like the teacher talks 95% of the time. At CEL is more the opposite. So the students talk 75% of the time and 25% of the teacher. So that's kind of the approach that we have. It's a very interactive approach for the students to speak, to practice. Again, mix of different nationalities. I think that's always important.
That's
because again, if you're in a class with just Brazilians, it's yes, you're gonna learn some English, but it's not the same experience if you have some Spanish kids in there, some Italian, some French, some German, some Swiss, some some Korean, some Japanese. So the more national, or the more countries you have in there, the different backgrounds that you have in there, the better. So I think that's also a nice part about about our program that we have in the summer. That you have a good mix in the class, for students for different nationalities.
That's what I like the most. Eu perguntei para o Patrick outro ponto que ele destacaria sobre os cursos, ele destacou justamente que é a questão do professor, ele não ser o centro das atenções, ele está lá para guiar, para ser um guia, um guide, mas ele fala, ele aborda 30% da aula, 70% são os alunos que desenvolvem. Então, assim, o professor ele está lá como para dar um norte mesmo. Então, assim, quem conduz a aula são os alunos. Que a ideia, ele falou lá, que justamente por ter essa miscelânea cultural de todas as classes, que eles prezam muito por isso, tá? Então, assim, poucos brasileiros, muito para ter essa miscelânea cultural mesmo. Então, o interessante é você conversar com o japonês, é você colocar... Yeah, former students here, lots of them. Então, assim, e o bacana é justamente isso, você poder conversar em inglês com pessoas de nacionalidade, um japonês, um suíço, enfim, né? Em inglês para você treinar justamente. Alright? Perfect, man. We just have 10 minutes. Wow, the time goes so fast.
Time flies.
Because it was very good. And tell me, we have a partnership for many years, right?
Yes.
Why?
So that's, it's... Go ahead.
Why do you think our partnership, CEL and Alomtur, works so well? What do you think?
I think the easy part for us, or I think for both sides, is kind of the program inside out. you know what you tell the teachers in terms of what the students, what the children should expect. We know the expectations from your end in terms of what's important for you. You know a decent part of the host families yourself. You kind of know, like, hey, these are good families. I wouldn't, like, you always reserve some of the previous host families from last year. You know the program, you know the courses, you know most of the teachers, you know the location. So I think we kind of, I think we had a good first year in 2016, and then kind of, it started from there, 2017, 2018, 2019, where it kind of like every year, I think, like, oh, let's try this, let's do this, let's do that. I think it kind of grew over time. I think we had a very good first group, and then we kind of, you have my number, I have your number. If you have a question, if you have a concern, you send me a text, you call me, say, hey, Patrick, I need this, can you help me? And the same kind of for me. So I think there's a lot of, mutual respect.
Do you know what I tell
trust.
Parents? Yeah, that's it. What I was about to tell you. I think for me, the key point about taking my kids, my students to CEL, to San Diego, is trust. Besides we have a partnership, we had a friendship, right? So exactly. You are someone that I can trust. Sometimes I know I send you messages, I phone you, but you are always there. I remember just once that I needed you, and you got your car and you went there and you drove me to take the kids for food, and you took care of us. Right. That's for me, like, it was like family, really, really. So
that's kind of what we try to do. Sorry to interrupt. Is like, it's my school. But I live in San Diego. I take care of the students. I want to make sure they all have a good time. So a student is not a number. A student is an important client for us. Obviously, the best marketing we can do, the best we can do for you as a group is, like, make sure you're happy. And how do we make you happy? How do we make your students happy? Because if the students are happy, the parents are happy. If the parents are happy, you're happy. If you're happy, I'm happy. So it's kind of like, that's the key for us. Make sure the students are happy. I don't want to, it's we don't have 20 schools around the world. It's 3 schools. I go to Santa Monica as well. I try to be there for the students, to help them, help the teachers, to make sure everybody has a great time. And as you said, it's trust. It's a friendship. If you have a problem, I try to solve it as quickly as I can. And you've been a great partner since many years. So
yeah,
it's unfortunate that you're not going to be here this year, but obviously I totally get it.
I told you,
it's not
last
just you.
week I was supposed to be preparing my meeting with the parents, with the kids, like giving them the rules and everything about the program, to give them the details about the program. But unfortunately, anyway, 2021 we will be there for sure. Eu perguntei pro Patrick o que tem de especial, o que tem de bacana, né, da nossa parceria de muitos anos, e ele falou basicamente porque eu realmente conheço o programa muito bem, conheço muitos professores, e as famílias que os alunos ficam no ano, ele procura reservar para o próximo ano. Então, assim, a gente vai sempre procurando melhorar. Desde a primeira vez que eu levei um grupo lá, que foi muito legal, foi um grupo marcante, inclusive, para ele, para a escola, e a gente vem lapidando e melhorando a cada ano. Isso que é muito legal do programa. E principalmente confiança. Como eu falei para vocês, uma coisa que destacou, eu até falei para ele, foi uma vez que eu precisei dele, e ele saiu da casa dele, já era tarde da noite, ele foi até onde eu estava, enfim, tudo. Então, assim, é uma coisa de família mesmo. For me, it's like family, Being there is like being with my family in San Diego. Então, assim, eu sempre falo para ele que é coisa de família. A Ju, que é maravilhosa também, aquela coisa de cuidar, de estar, né, sempre presente, tudo que a gente precisa. E assim como ele falou, justamente, ele não está falando da boca para fora. Realmente, tudo, não existe perfeição em tudo, né, gente? A gente sabe que sempre pode acontecer uma coisinha ou outra. Mas o mais importante que eu tenho lá, de confiança, é a questão de chegar lá, se tem alguma coisa, ele procura resolver o mais rápido possível, que é a coisa mais importante. Para mim, para os alunos, para ele e para os pais, principalmente, né? O que é muito importante. Patrick, we have just 5 minutes, man. All right. There are some parents who are watching this live right now, and their kids, they are going with me to San Diego 2021. So what can you tell the parents that, or even the students, what can they expect from the program? What can they expect from San Diego, from, from there?
For the students, I can tell them it's probably going to be one of the best times of your life. You're going to have a fun trip. You're going to meet lots of international students. You're going to go to Disney. You're going to go to Universal. You're going to see LA. You're going to see San Diego, the zoo. So you have lots of different opportunities to explore California. You're going to improve your English. Helder's going to take good care of you. As you mentioned before, we also have Juliana on site. She's Brazilian. She's been living in the States for a long time. She's on top of everything. She knows what to do. She knows all the families. She knows the program. She can help your students. She's always there for the students. She knows everything. She's super helpful. So if your children have any problems, they can always talk to me. They can talk to Helder. They can talk to Juliana, other staff. We also have obviously fun activities, that we're going to organize for them. Students from overseas, they're going to be in a safe environment. Helder, you're an amazing leader. You've done it so many times.
Thank you.
There's, with your group, it's always easy there. It's, trust me, we have other groups who come and it's not the same. So for us, if there's a good leader with the group, it makes a huge difference for us, for the school. Because
thank you very much.
You as a leader, you control your kids. You tell them what to do, what are the rules, what they can do, what they have to follow. So the program inside out, so it's very easy. But sometimes you have a new group, you have a new leader, they've never done it, so it's a little, you have to be a bit more hands-on to make sure everybody's there, because it's like last year when we went to Disney, you have the 2 buses waiting, you have 100 plus kids going to Disney. You have to be on time. You have to make sure, hey, everybody has to be on time. So the bus leaves, so everybody has a good trip. Because again, if you have 2 people missing and they're not going to make it to Disney or because they're late, so that's it's a big help for you that you are their Helder, because again, you know the kids, you know what to tell them, how to deal with them. So that's a big help for us.
Yeah, perfect.
That makes a huge difference for us as a school.
I think we have more things to talk about. So, hey, here
hey.
Again.
Yes.
So we have more time now.
Sure.
Eu tinha perguntado para o Patrick o que era bacana da nossa parte. Aliás, eu tinha perguntado para ele em relação a os alunos que estão indo, né? O que eles podem esperar de San Diego, porque eu tinha um grupo agora para 2020, né? Agora no meio do ano, mas por conta da pandemia e tudo mais, por segurança, né? Tá. A gente jogou o grupo para 2021 e eu queria até ter um pai aqui presente, eu queria agradecer muito pela compreensão dos pais, entender o momento que a gente está passando e saber que a gente realmente só sairia com o grupo com a margem de segurança muito boa, né? De modo que não prejudicasse o programa, principalmente os alunos e as pessoas que estão fazendo parte do programa aí. Então ficou para 2021. Então o que os alunos... Ó, o Sanitai, meu amigo... Então, quem que tá? É ele? Ué. Ah, não. Muito bem. Então, assim, ó, o que ele já adiantou para os alunos é que eles podem esperar muita diversão, né? As aulas, tudo mais, aquela interação, as idas, os passeios que a gente programa, né? E sabendo que é sempre com muita segurança, respeitando o que ele falou lá, que realmente eu sou chato com os horários, porque as coisas têm que funcionar, né? Até ele comentou lá que tem uns ônibus esperando, tem que estar no horário, principalmente para fazer os passeios, as atividades. Então, assim, tem que respeitar principalmente os horários. Ok? Man, what about the parents? You told me at the beginning that one of the most important things about San Diego is that it's really a safe city, right? Remember this?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, what about the parents, especially mothers? They're anxious about sending their little girls to another country alone, staying in a different place, in a different family. Right. They don't know anything. They have never got a bus or train or anything like this. So
Right.
what can the parents expect from this program?
So it's we carefully select all the host families. We go and visit all the host families. We run a background check on all the host families. We're not going to put any of your, we're not going to put your children to a stranger. We obviously it's a stranger for you, but it's not a stranger for us.
Okay.
So before we start working with the family, we inspect, we run the background check, we ask for references, and then obviously the families that we use a lot for the summer, we've placed students with them, on a regular basis. We look at the feedback on for every student. How did they like it? How is the food? Did they feel part of the family? With your group, we always place 2 students, or usually 2 students per family, so they feel a bit more comfortable taking the bus together. It's a little easier for them. So it's. I understand that you're sending your daughter, your son away to a foreign country that you've never been. But we do it all the time, like you, Helder, you come every year, the bus routes, everything. The families have students, for the most part of the year. So they're accustomed to students from overseas, what they're feeling. Obviously, they arrive, they're a little jet lagged, they're overwhelmed, their English might not be perfect. But we know all that. That's what we do for, that's what we do for living. We do it every week of the year. We have students coming. Obviously, in the summer, it's a little busier than outside of the summer. But it's what we do. So we take we carefully select the families.
This is what you do, and really well. I can tell you.
And it also helps with Juliana, because she goes, she visits a lot of the families. She knows the expectations for different countries. She goes, she takes a couple of her colleagues, so they know as well, because she has a team that works with her that helps her to place students. And to be honest, it's a big factor for success of the program, because if students don't like the housing, they're not gonna like it. If you like, the class can be fun, the activities can be fun and entertaining. You make friends, but if you don't feel comfortable with the family, you're not gonna have a good trip. So that's the that's a key factor that you say, look, I have to have.
Like Ju says, she always says, we are human beings. We have different cultures. We have different families. We have different ways of see things and do things. That's normal, right? That's normal. Like family. Yeah? Eu perguntei pro Patrick um pouquinho, só para dar um resuminho aí, o que os pais podem esperar do programa, né? Ele falou, eu já falei um pouquinho sobre o que os alunos podem esperar, e ele falou que os pais podem esperar. Uma das coisas importantes sobre o programa é que é um lugar muito seguro. E como ele falou, é uma coisa que a escola, ele, enfim, toda a equipe, a Ju, eles fazem há muitos anos, estão acostumados, eles sabem justamente a questão das diferenças culturais, de comportamento. E as famílias, como ele destacou, as famílias elas são averiguadas constantemente. Eles fazem as visitas às famílias para saber se está tudo em ordem, desde a parte física, né, de comportamento, é levantado antecedentes criminais, enfim, tudo que vocês pensarem e imaginarem é feito com esse cuidado. Tá? Porque os alunos, justamente o programa é colocar 2 em cada família, pelo menos, para que eles tenham essa possibilidade do ir e vir, não estar sozinhos, né? E a gente também sempre fala para eles, toda vez que for para a escola ou que voltar para casa, enfim, para estar sempre acompanhado, não por questão de insegurança nem nada, é justamente para estar junto, né? Para interagir, enfim, um dar suporte para o outro, isso que é legal do programa. That's it, man. That's it. How was your first live?
It's good. Interesting.
It was good. Very, very, very good. Again, thank you very much for your time, for your patience,
anytime. No problem.
For your partnership, for your mainly friendship. Okay? That's
Likewise,
why I trust you at the beginning, and then I will keep trusting you for good. All right? Besides
so we'll see you next
partners,
summer.
We are friends. So thank you very much for everything, for these many years, and I hope we keep having this partnership and friendship for many more. All right? So be safe, you and your family.
Thank you very much.
And I hope California and Brazil, we can see each other soon.
Yes. let's slowly get back to, you know, a normal routine, and then, but I'm very confident that by next summer everything will be fine again. So
it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect.
Yes.
Man, so
all right.
Be safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Take
And
care.
See you. Bye
See
bye,
you soon.
man.
Bye bye, Helder. Take care.
Take care. Gente, muito obrigado aí pela presença de todos. Foi muito bacana. Espero que vocês tenham gostado e até a próxima. Tchau, gente.